Now you have set up your businesses, you have a place to rent, or you just have, you're up and running. Now you're gonna have to be dealing with the cultural differences of in the Filipino setting. So you have a business, you have a product, you have a service, but you're employing Filipinos. And that comes with cultural differences and nuances. So you as an American are gonna have to adjust and try to find that middle ground as to holding your standard as well as understanding culturally how to integrate those two and work synergistically. So I just want to preface this because this is an ongoing thing that I'm always developing. I'm always trying my best to learn because at the end of the day, we are employing Filipinos. So I have to really understand that situation there. Being that I'm from New York, I can come off very abrasive and brash. But over the years, I try my best to hold them accountable, the employees, without being so harsh. So, take that with a grain of salt. If you guys are very like, do this now, I want this now, I want it yesterday. Those talks sometimes do not go well here in the Philippines. Another important thing I want you to really understand is business in the Philippines, it's really, unfortunately, who you know and who you're around. In America and other westernized countries, it's a handshake, it's a contract, you get business done, you're good to go. Because it's all transactional business-wise. Here in the Philippines, though, it's very relationship-based, very relational. So there's a sense of a bit more intimacy here in the Philippines rather than like westernized countries. So here are some common culture shocks for foreigners or maybe fellow AMs doing business here in the Philippines. Slow responses and delays. In the Philippines, especially in the Bisaya area, there's a term called Bahala Na or Ugmara. So there's a sense of procrastination here, and it's real. As in, like, if it's towards the end of the day, it's not that heavy on the priorities list, people push it off. They're slow, and there's a bit of a delay there. Versus like the westernized mindset, especially from New York, like, I want it yesterday. Where is this thing? You're gonna find some issues where you might get frustrated, you might get baffled as to why is the work not being done. So please understand that. Indirect communication. Filipinos avoid confrontation. There's a very passive-aggressive nature here in the Philippines. So you will find that you need to read between the lines. You need to be really good on your EQ, really good on reading nonverbal cues and things like that. So this is something I've noticed while I'm doing here business in the Philippines, right? Looking people in the eye is very important here, looking at their mannerisms. And this is what usually happens. You'll be like, you have a team meeting, you're talking, or even individual. Hey, do you have any questions for me? Do you have any things I need to clarify so we can get this thing going? Many of the Filipinos here will be like, I'm good. I have nothing to say. I have nothing right now, the present moment right now. But then they will then go to their neighbor, which is their coworker, and be like, how do I do this? How do you do that? How do I take care of this? How do I take care of that? I'm so confused. It's odd to me, but it happens a lot here. So you kind of need to really read between the lines, and a lot of it is saving faces. Filipinos don't want to seem as if they're incompetent. So you really got to be like really in tune with your people, watch them from afar, and then if there's an actual issue, just intervene and be like, let me help you with that. That's usually one thing that I've encountered here where there's a lot of indirect communication. Number 3, decision making can take time here, as in time, just like Filipino time. Like decision making sometimes is not as urgent as you need it to be, because I found that the hierarchy here, the hierarchical system here in the Philippines, it's real. So it does take time to go through the ladder. So I found that dealing with businesses, like, sir, can you give me about a week? It's a hassle, to be honest with you.